Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing well. So, let's start with our today's session, children. But before I start with our everyday chapter discussion, today I have something different for you all. I'm going to tell you a short story. So, all of you listen carefully. So, students, in this story, there are three children. There are three small kids. Their names are Gurpreet, Madho, and Tina. One fine day, all these three children they were walking through the village to their home, and on their way they saw a farmer tilling land. Now these kids they got curious about what the farmer was doing. So all these three children they went to the farmer and started questioning him about various activities he was doing. Now in response to their questions, the farmer he told them that he was growing wheat. He has just added manure to the soil to make it more fertile so that he could get good produce. In addition to all this, he also told the children that the wheat would get a good price in the mandi, and from these mandis it would be taken to the factories where various producers will use this wheat as per their requirements. Some will make bread from it, some will make biscuits from it, and so many different products. So students, this transformation from a plant to a finished product, that means from a wheat plant in the farmer's land to a finished product bread in the market, involves three types of different economic activities, which are primary activity, secondary activity, and tertiary activities. Now what are these three types of activities? What is the difference between the three? So let me tell you about these. So students, the primary activities they are connected with the extraction and production of natural resources. In the primary activities, we produce goods through the natural resources, for example, agriculture, fishing, and gathering. Then the next type of activity is the secondary activity. So this activity, children, it is concerned with the processing of the goods which are produced in the primary activity. That means primary activity में जो भी goods produce हो रहे हैं, using those goods as the raw material, those goods are processed in factories, industries in the secondary activity and transformed into final goods. So we can say that manufacturing of steel, baking of bread, weaving of clothes, etc. are all the examples of secondary activities where we are producing some final goods from the raw material. Now, when we have transformed the raw material to the final goods, what could be the tertiary activity? Can anybody guess about it? So students, tertiary activity is a kind of a support to both the previous two activities. It is a kind of a help to those activities through services. Tertiary activity, it provides help, it provides services to the primary as well as the secondary sector for making their goods available to the consumers for consumption, like transport, trade, banking, insurance are all the examples of tertiary activities. So students, in our today's session we are going to start with the next chapter of geography that deals with the primary activity, that is agriculture. In our chapter number 4 of geography, we are going to study all about agriculture. So now, as you all know that agriculture is the primary and the oldest activity that is practiced by humankind. 50% of the persons in the world are engaged in agricultural activities, and if we talk about our country India, 2/3 of India's population is still dependent on agriculture for their livelihood. But has anyone ever wondered why agriculture is so important? What makes this activity so important? So answer to this question is, children, it is so important because it provides 90% of our food and beverage requirements, the bulk requirements of our clothing fibers, large amounts of raw material, everything is fulfilled by agriculture. So, students, agriculture is the practice of growing crops for direct human consumption or for use in the industries as a raw material. The term agriculture has been derived from the Latin words ager and cultura, which means soil and cultivation respectively. So in agriculture we cultivate goods on soil to fulfill our various requirements. So children, the next term that comes out is farm system. So can we say that agriculture is a kind of a system जिसके अंदर we have to put some inputs, we have to do some operations and then only we'll get the outputs? So yes children, for agriculture there are various inputs that are our seeds, our fertilizers, our machinery, our labor that we put into the soil. Then we do some operations like sowing, irrigation, weeding, harvesting, etc. And after all these operations we get an output which is known as crops, wool, dairy and poultry products. So we can say that the agriculture also works in the form of a system like all other things. So now students, this agriculture, this farming is also divided into different types. So next we are going to study about the various types of farming. So students, farming is practiced in various ways across the world depending upon various geographical conditions, demands of the people, the labor, technology, etc. And discussing all these factors, considering all these factors, we have classified farming into two types: subsistence farming and commercial farming. Now these two names only can give you an idea about the types. Subsistence farming, which we will do for our own family needs, and commercial farming, which we'll do for earning profit. Let's discuss about both of them one by one. The first, we are going to study about the subsistence farming. So students, this type of farming is practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family. अब इसके दो reasons हो सकते हैं कि farmer he does not have enough good level of technology or labor, or we can say big plots of land, और इन सिंपल वर्ड्स वी कैन जस्ट से कि फार्मर के पास इतने रिसोर्सेज नहीं है कि ही कुड ग्रो सो मच लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट कि उसकी फैमिली की नीड्स भी पूरी हो जाए एंड ही कैन सेल इट इन द मार्केट एज वेल. तो ड्यू टू द लैक ऑफ रिसोर्सेज द फार्मर्स दे ग्रो क्रॉप्स ऑन अ स्मॉल पीस ऑफ लैंड विच इज ओनली इनफ फॉर fulfilling their family needs, and such a farming which is done to fulfill your own family needs is termed as subsistence farming. Then children, this subsistence farming is further classified into two types: intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. Let's find out what is the difference between the two. First, let's discuss about the intensive subsistence farming, children. The term intensive subsistence farming is used for the type of agriculture where the farmer tries to get maximum possible output from a small piece of land. This type of farming, children, it is prevalent in the areas with high population and where there is the monsoon areas. In other words, we can say that it is practiced in the areas which in the thickly populated areas of the monsoon regions of the South, Southeast and East Asia. In this form of agriculture, children, they have small piece of land, large quantity of human labor and simple tools. Farm machinery is rarely used. Now, due to the long growing seasons and the fertile soil, children, the farmer is able to grow 2 to 3 crops annually on a same piece of land by using good quality seeds, organic manures, chemical fertilizers, etc. Rice is the main crop of this type of farming, and the other crops are wheat, maize, pulses, oilseeds, etc. Next comes the primitive subsistence farming, children. It is the oldest form of agriculture, and shifting agriculture and nomadic herding are the two forms of primitive subsistence farming. Let's discuss about shifting agriculture first. So in this, children, shifting agriculture is practiced in dense forested areas where an area is cleared by cutting and burning the vegetation. The ashes after burning are left there to convert into nutrients and act as the fertilizer for the crop. The land is used till it is rendered nutrient deficient. Then the farmers, they'll clear that land and move to some another plot of land. The left out plot is left fallow for so many years till it get back its nutrients. Shifting agriculture, children, is practiced in the less populated areas, and this is also known as a slash and burn agriculture. The main crops grown in this type of agriculture are maize, potatoes, yam, etc. Then, talking about the nomadic herding, it is practiced in the semi arid and arid regions of Sahara, Central Asia, and some part of India like Rajasthan, Jammu, and Kashmir. In this type of farming, children, the herdsmen, they move from place to place with their animals for fodder, water along defined routes. This type of movement is in response to the climatic constraints, or you can say terrains. Sheep, camel, yak, goats are most commonly reared in this type of agriculture. They provide milk, meat, wool, and various other products to the herders as well as their families. So, in constraint, we can say that, children, the subsistence farming or subsistence agriculture is the agriculture which is done by the farmer to fulfill his own personal needs. That may be due to the lack of resources or by any other matter, but it is done for your own personal benefits.